Hey guys, HuffPost released an article back in 2012 specifically naming the places white people should avoid so that they don't get sunburnt. I'm definitely proud to have beautiful brown pecan tan skin, so I definitely don't have to worry about this, but this is for all of my Caucasian brothers and sisters. Put this list, I'm going to read this article so that you will be informed on where not to go. Okay, so the article is called World's Worst Places to Get a Sunburn and How to Prevent Them. I'm not going to read over the entire article, I'm just going to kind of skim through it, but I will leave the link to this article in the description box if you guys want to come and take a look at it later on. Alright, so sun can make or break a vacation. Too little and you may as well stay at home. Too much and you end up splotchy and peeling for weeks. In fact, sunburns are on the rise in the US at first glance. They may seem like nothing more than a reason to break out the aloe vera gel, but it's a trend that has doctors concerned, since even one bad burn can double a person's risk of developing melanoma. Proper protection is key whenever you're outside, but sunburns have a particular way of inviting themselves along on vacation. Factors like altitude, latitude, and the reflective nature of snow, sand, and water can turn a mild burn into a serious case of lobster skin. Okay, hang on. Now, I'm learning something new here. So, people can get sunburned from the snow and the sand and water? I don't understand. Okay, so it says the reflective nature of snow. So basically, when the sun reflects off the snow, it can burn the skin. Hang on. So I remember like seeing like little science things where like they're out in the sun and then you put like a what is it, like a glass or something, a magnifying glass or something, and then when the sun hits it, it like shoots like this laser onto something and it burns it. I wonder, so snow, sand, and water have the same effect, I guess? I don't know, I'm confused. If you're watching this video and you experience sunburns or you've been burned by the snow, sand, or water, please leave a comment below and explain this to me, because I'm really confused. I always thought that sunburns just came from being in the sun. I didn't know to factor in other elements that could cause it. Okay, so it says here are 10 destinations where you'll need to take extra care and just as many ways to protect yourself from the sun's harmful ultraviolet radiation. Okay, so I'm just going to read off some of these places. So first destination is Hawaii. Okay, sun and sand are perfect couple, right? But beware, when you come between them, you're at high risk of getting burned. That's because sand reflects 25% of the sun's rays, giving unsuspected beachgoers an extra dose of UV. So it actually intensifies the burn. So not only are you getting it just simply by being outside, but if you're around sand, it's going to bounce off the sand and give extra burns. Hawaii is world famous for its beaches and notorious for its sunburns. Coincidence? No way. Wow. I really did not know that. This is very interesting. Australia, and it says the risk is an ozone hole. The Earth is 4.5 billion years old, so how does it maintain its fresh and vibrant complexion? Stratospheric ozone. The ozone layer acts as Earth's sunscreen, filtering harmful ultraviolet radiation from the sun. However, in areas where the ozone layer is comprised, more UV rays hit the Earth, which means more skin damage from sun exposure. With its proximity to the South Pole's seasonal ozone hole, Australia is the skin cancer capital of the world, and permanent sun damage is a souvenir we can all live without. I had no idea. So, wow. Australia is like the #1 skin cancer place in the world. So, okay, so white people do not go to Australia. Colorado. What? Now, wait a minute. I don't understand why. Now, I know a lot of white people that go to Colorado for skiing, but it says that the risk is for high altitude. Like any doting parent, we're sure Dandelius told, I don't know who the fuck these people are, to wear sunscreen since skin burns are more quickly at high elevations. So, okay, let's see. Let's keep reading. Ultraviolet exposure increases somewhere between 4 to 10% for every 1,000 feet above sea level. So at an altitude of 9,000 feet, UV radiation can be nearly 50% more intense than at sea level. Oh my goodness. That's math you'll want to remember next time you're in Colorado. A stop at the Mile High City means you're that much closer to the sun. Oh my goodness. So we're not even talking about them being in the mountains for skiing. We're just talking about being in Colorado altogether is bad. What? That is crazy. The next place is Boracay, Philippines, because it's low. Wait a minute. They can't be at high altitude or low altitude. It's like the equator really wants you to get a sunburn. Destinations in tropical latitudes virtually insist that you throw on a bathing suit, take a leisurely swim in the warm water, then settle in for some sunny relaxation before drifting off and waking up crispy. Near the equator, the sun's rays don't have to travel as far as they do in more northern latitudes to reach the ground, so they deliver more sun-burning UV rays per minute for exposure. The tiny island of Boracay has some of the world's most beautiful beaches, and at 11 degrees north of the equator, TripAdvisor, squarely in the tropical burn zone. Okay, so go ahead on and mark the Philippines off the list. Oh my goodness, the Caribbean is next. And it says the rest is the water. The Caribbean has like the most beautiful water I've ever seen. It says cool and refreshing water seems like the antidote to sunburn. That's what I would think. But its reflectiveness can increase UV intensity by up to 50%, leading to both a painful burn and long-term skin damage. In shallow water, the sun rays can even reflect off the ocean's sandy bottom. You know what? That's double the trouble because water and sand are both like a no-no. So that's like double the trouble. Each year, the 7,000 island of the Caribbean welcome about 23 million people. Exploring the islands means diving, boating, swimming, and snorkeling. All activities best done in water. The sun's magnifying glass. Oh my goodness. Plan accordingly. Okay, white people. Plan accordingly. Don't go there. Rome? That's like white people's favorite place to go. Okay, so Rome, go ahead and scratch that off the list. And they were saying because of the midday sun. That's in Europe. I didn't even think it even get that hot over there. But anyways, let's read on. When you're on vacation, you don't want to waste a minute, but UV rays are at their strongest between noon and 4 p.m. and sunburns are a real risk during the midday hours when the sun dominates the sky. In Rome, many of the most beloved attractions from the Colosseum to Aventine Hills are sun-drenched, offering little in the way of consistent shade. Oh my goodness. Damn, white people ain't safe nowhere. Okay, there are some other places here. Gosh, even Switzerland is on here for snow. Seattle, Washington. There's a lot of white people who live in Seattle, Washington. Wait a minute now. Their risk is clouds. How is that possible? I thought the clouds are good for shade and it blocks the sun. Okay, I gotta read about this one. It's not an urban myth. You can get serious sun damage even when it's an overcast day. When the sky is partly cloudy, your risk of sunburn can even be higher than on a clear day because the clouds act to magnify the overall UV radiation. Oh my goodness. So basically, white people have to wear sunscreen honestly year round every single day. Wow. That must be pretty expensive. Pretty expensive. And while more even cloud cover up will block a significant amount of UVB rays, the ones that cause sunburn, up to 80% of the long spectrum UVA rays, the type of radiation that is thought to lead to aging, wrinkling, and cancer, can get through clouds and fog. So if you're considering ditching the sunscreen your next trip to the notoriously overcast Seattle, think again. I'm telling you, man, you learn something new every day. I had no idea. You know what? White people, the struggle is real. The struggle is definitely real.